Hi guys, I'm Elizabeth Finch and I'm a board certified holistic health coach, and I'm here to talk to you guys about coffee and the ups and downs of coffee and whether or not we should have coffee in our diets, and if we should, how much should we have, how should we drink it, and then I want to give you guys some alternatives if you're trying to get away from drinking so much coffee. So just really quickly about coffee. Coffee is the #1 source of antioxidants in the Western diet. What are antioxidants? Antioxidants are compounds that are found in plant foods that help to fight free radicals in our bodies. So what free radicals are, they are damaged cells in our bodies that could potentially become problematic. So we want to include as many antioxidants as we can in our diet to fight those free radicals and get them out of our system. So we want more foods with antioxidants. With that being said, even though coffee is high in antioxidants, a couple things about coffee. Number one, it's really, really acidic, you guys. It is super acidic. Actually, if you guys are experiencing any kinds of heartburn or acid reflux or something like that, one thing that I might recommend to you guys is to try cutting out coffee and see if that can help, because it is so super acidic. Another thing about coffee is that a lot of people add a lot of really unhealthy add-ins when they drink their coffee. So they add all kinds of chemical-laden sweeteners and sugar substitutes that are just nasty, nasty chemicals that we shouldn't have in our bodies. That's another blog post for another day, but believe you me, you want to stay away from those things like aspartame, saccharin. You want to stay away from sucralose. Stay away from all of those fake sweeteners. If you want a little sweetener in your coffee, you can use a little liquid stevia. I've got the Sweet Leaf brand of liquid stevia here today. It's my favorite, and it just takes a few drops of that. Also, people add nasty creamers and they're actually fake, yucky creamers. So we want to avoid those things. If you want a little creaminess in your coffee, I recommend that you use a little unsweetened almond milk or maybe unsweetened coconut milk, hemp milk, something like that. Just a splash of it to add some creaminess to your coffee. The big thing about coffee, though, that really kind of makes it not such a good health food is that coffee is super, super high in caffeine. So what happens when we drink a lot of coffee and we've got a lot of caffeine in our systems is it taxes our adrenal glands. And what that does is that causes our adrenaline levels to stay high. So your adrenaline is your short-term stress hormone. So it's your fight or flight hormone. So when your adrenaline levels stay high, what happens over time is it causes your body to increase its production of cortisol. Cortisol is your long-term stress hormone, and what happens when your body starts to produce really high amounts of cortisol over time is that it can actually cause our digestion to stall, it can cause us to not think clearly, and it can actually cause people to hold on to weight. So think about this, in the dark ages, way back when, whenever our bodies were high in cortisol, it was usually during times that food was scarce. So, it was sort of a feast or famine type of thing, and when food was scarce, obviously it caused us to be stressed, and that caused our cortisol levels to stay high. So even now, the way that we're programmed as humans, when our cortisol levels are high, our body thinks that there's no food available, so it will actually hold on to fat and hold on and not allow you to lose any weight. So if someone's drinking coffee all day long, even if they're not eating, they may still have trouble losing weight and hold on to extra fat. So, if you're trying to lose weight, you drink a ton of coffee, and you're just not able to, that may be something that you kind of re-examine and see if you need to back off on your coffee consumption. So what I want to talk to you about now are some alternatives to coffee. If you think, if you've kind of thought about it and you think, yeah, I probably do drink too much coffee, and you want some alternatives for that, I've got a few for you here. I want to start with, first is black tea, and this that I have here, it's an Earl Grey from the Republic of Tea. It's really yummy. I drink it from time to time, not really often, but every now and again I'll have some black tea. But coffee, in an 8-ounce cup of coffee, it contains anywhere from like 95 to 200 milligrams of caffeine. So black tea contains anywhere from 40 to 120 milligrams of black tea. It does still have some caffeine, so you will still get some energy from your black tea if that's what you're looking for, but you want to just kind of back off on your caffeine content. Black tea might be a good place for you to start. Secondly, I've got green tea, which is my personal favorite. I love green tea. Green tea is actually even lower in caffeine than black tea, so it's got anywhere from 10 to 30 milligrams of caffeine per 8-ounce cup. And the good thing about green tea is that it's super high in antioxidants. It's one of the best sources of antioxidants that you can find. So, that the antioxidants obviously fight those free radicals in the body that we talked about a little bit earlier, and then also it can help improve digestion. It can give you a little bit of energy because there is some caffeine in the green tea, and then also it can give your skin a nice glow. So this is one of my favorites. It's the Republic of Tea double green matcha. I really love these tea bags. I also love this one that's also from the Republic of Tea. It's a superfruit green tea, and it's got goji berries. So two great sources of antioxidants and two really yummy green teas, and I like to sweeten mine with just a little bit of liquid stevia, just a couple of drops. So the next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is something called yerba mate. So yerba mate has been around, and they have drank it in South America for centuries. It's been around for a really long time in South America. It's basically their equivalent of green tea. So yerba mate's got kind of in between probably green tea and black tea. It's got anywhere from 30 to 60 milligrams of caffeine. And yerba mate, also you're going to get a little energy boost from that little bit of caffeine. That's the moderate amount of caffeine that's in the yerba mate, but then also it's also high in antioxidants. So you'll get a good source of antioxidants here. And you can brew yerba mate just like you do coffee, or you can, this is loose leaf yerba mate, so you would brew it like you would coffee, like I brewed some this morning and in a French press. You can also buy it in bags, so you can brew it like tea if you'd rather try that. The next thing that I want to talk to you guys about is something that's called Teeccino. And what Teeccino is it's a naturally caffeine-free alternative. It is made from brewed herbs and fruits and seeds and nuts, and it's got sort of a coffee-like flavor, also a little sweet. So it's a really good alternative. Like I said, it's naturally caffeine-free. And one thing about Teeccino that you could try out is you could actually start, because you can brew, this is loose leaf Teeccino, you can brew this in your coffee pot. So you could do like 3/4 portion of coffee and then a quarter portion of Teeccino, and then start to gradually decrease the coffee and increase the Teeccino so that you're eventually off of your coffee. So that's one way to try to get off of your coffee. Brew the Teeccino in with it. But it's really yummy. It's a different flavor. Like I said, it's kind of naturally sweet, but it's fun to try new things, right? So Teeccino is a good caffeine-free alternative to coffee. And also because it's caffeine-free, it's also a good bedtime drink alternative. And then, of course, there are lots of other herbal teas. All herbal teas are naturally caffeine-free. There's many different kinds. This is a honey lavender that I really like, especially before bedtime. It's a stress-relieving tea. It's kind of a ritual for me. I love to drink a bedtime tea at night to help me wind down. I also love peppermint tea. There's chamomile tea. There's so many different kinds of herbal tea to get to become familiar with. And then the other option that I wanted to mention to you guys, if you're looking less for the ritual of having a warm mug in your hand and just drinking something that's warm with a little natural sweetener in it, and you're looking more for an energy boost, might I suggest to you a nice green smoothie or a green juice. You know, when you drink those greens, you're going to get a flood of nutrients and other really healthy antioxidants. Lots of healthy nutrients are going to flood your cells. You're going to get a nice energy boost from that. It's great for digestion. It'll help your skin glow and give you that nice healthy glow. So a green juice or a green smoothie is another option if you're just really looking for a good rush of energy. So once again, just to sum up coffee for you guys, drink it in moderation. No more than a 12-ounce cup a day, preferably not even daily. Maybe you do it like every other day or a few times a week, or maybe on the weekends for a treat. Really try to watch and modify your coffee consumption, and start to think about if you really just do that 1 cup a day because you like the flavor, or if you're kind of using coffee as a drug to keep you stimulated all day long and to help keep you from eating, because I know a lot of people do that. So reconsider using coffee in moderation and starting to try some of these alternatives to maybe back off on your coffee consumption. And then also watch your add-ins, liquid stevia if you want to sweeten, maybe a little bit of unsweetened almond milk or coconut milk, hemp milk to give it a creamy taste and texture. And then also another thing about coffee is it's highly sprayed with pesticides, so organic if you can. I hope these tips have been helpful for you guys, and I hope that maybe you'll be able to start to decrease your caffeine consumption and look closely at your relationship with coffee. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.